The Panama Papers scandal exposing tax avoidance around the world blew open in 2016, shaking the confidence of many Europeans in the fairness of their tax systems amid tight government budgets and a slow economic recovery. Responding to that outrage, MEPs launched their own investigation and sought ways to make Europe more financially transparent. They set up a special committee to fight tax fraud and successfully pushed for a blacklist of countries that failed to combat tax avoidance. Ludek Niedermayer was the EPP Group's author of the final report by the inquiry committee.
Panama Papers are just part of our effort to eliminate some real wrong things that are going on. Governments are losing hundreds of billions of taxes that should be paid. Money laundering is taking place and it's financing the terrorism, allowing the corruption, and we just want to stop it. So Panama Papers was one of the milestones, mostly focused on money laundering, transparency of ownership.
Niedermayer and his colleague Dariusz Rosati, the EPP Group's spokesperson on the committee, have urgently called for reform of the so-called Code of Conduct Group on Business Taxation, set up by member states 20 years earlier.
We first encourage countries to cooperate. We encourage different jurisdictions to be more forthcoming. If they resist, if they refuse to cooperate, then we put them on the blacklist.
Niedermayer and Rosati have also called for more intense exchange of information through common reporting standards, Europe-wide and worldwide. That would help combat the shell game that companies play of shifting their profits to lower tax countries.
Increased transparency is on one hand kind of controlling mechanism, and on the other hand we want to increase the confidence of people to their governments and to European Union and make sure that competition at the market is fair. So that's why increase of transparency is one of our main goals.
Along with those reforms, the EPP Group also wants simplified tax procedures for small and medium-sized businesses in Europe to lift the burden on SMEs.
In Parliament there is quite a consensus that we must eliminate wrongdoings, bad practices, but EPP is special because we are concerned about the situation of responsible and fair taxpayers. They are sometimes subject to increased burden of higher cost for fulfilling their tax obligations. Sometimes they are witnessing double taxation that obviously is damaging for the businesses. So we are trying to stress also this part of the problem, not only go after bad guys, but make sure that good guys are rewarded for responsibility.
The EPP Group is the leading political force in this respect. We've been always in favor of a very tough approach in this case, but at the same time we want to protect our companies. We want to not to harass them with excessive regulations, and we are pretty sure we can strike the right balance, restoring fairness and at the same time creating conducive environment for our companies to develop and to compete worldwide.